So today, guys, we're going to be talking about a certain topic that's been, in my head for a long time. Like when I want to create a really good video, I have to let it come to my brain. Like I have to think about an idea for a couple of days, see how it fits into my head, what I could talk about, and yeah, this is the idea that's been solidifying in my head for quite a few days now. And, at first, I was just like, maybe I'll make a video about talking about Hunter instead, but because of my reasonings for that video about my opinions regarding Hunter, it's because of Yu Yu Hakusho and just the expectations for Yoshihiro Togashi's work, because Yu Yu Hakusho came before Hunter. So I decided to make a video why I believe Yu Yu Hakusho is better than Hunter. And yeah, if you guys do enjoy, leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more content. But this video is just going to be going with the flow, semi-script to an extent. Literally, I just have a paper saying what I talk about first and whatnot. No, and I'll just expand on my points in it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Hopefully the like to dislike ratio ain't gonna be that bad, because Hunter fanboys will be on my back if I try and diss their favorite anime and whatnot. But hopefully that doesn't happen. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So, just a quick disclaimer, guys. I do not hate Hunter. I feel like Hunter is a pretty decent shonen anime, and I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. It's just there for me. Like, I've never been that hyped about Hunter compared to animes, other shonen anime like One Piece, Naruto, the other stuff, shonen anime that are out right now. Hunter's never really attached to me, and Yu Hakusho, like Yu Hakusho is just something else, and I do feel like Yu Hakusho outclasses Hunter in so many regards, and I want this video to explain to you guys why I believe that's the case. Now, the first thing I want to talk about quickly is just some pros and cons about general pros and cons about both these series, and have to acknowledge both of these series flaws and good parts about it, or else I would be too biased towards Yu Yu Hakusho. But yeah, let's just start off with Hunter quickly. The thing I do like about Hunter is obviously it's a shonen anime. Shonen and seinen are probably one of my favorite genres to watch. It is made for like young like men, kids, whatnot. Especially if you're watching it like younger in it. So yeah, one of my favorite genres. And Hunter, venture action shonen. It does a good job of action. The fights are decent. Uh, I do like the premise of Hunter and the concept of Nen. I do really like that about Hunter. I think it's quite unique to shonen. Like, sure, we have like other battle stuff like Ki from Dragon Ball Z, but let's be honest, a lot of shonen anime these days take a lot of inspiration from Dragon Ball Z, and obviously you have to differentiate from stuff like Ki or things like Chakra from Naruto, Nen from Hunter. You guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I feel like Hunter did a pretty good job in terms of setting like the rules for its universe, like Nen and the hunters and whatnot. And yeah, I do really enjoy that part about Hunter. Uh, Moving on to Yu Yu Hakusho, the pros I got that I do really like Yu Yu Hakusho, the spirit like stuff doing with Yu Yu Hakusho. My bad. I do really love that, the spirit stuff, the grades as well. When you have a tiering system, I just like that kind of thing. You have S, A, B, C, D, E. Just really like that about Yu Yu Hakusho as well. It kind of solidified where our characters were, because our characters and anyone that was actually in Yu Yu Hakusho was always put into a tier of how powerful they are, and we always got an idea of how strong people in Yu Yu Hakusho were, and I did like that about the anime. I don't want to go into my main points. This is just like kind of summary of whatnot about the pros about both of these animes. Now, moving on to the cons of Hunter. Now, before I just start blurting out all of my points right now, because I do want to kind of follow a script quickly, I do not like the, let's just say, second half of Hunter. Honestly, it's just a drag, especially the Chimera Ant arc. I'll expand on this later, but Chimera Ant arc completely ruined Hunter for me. I just did not like it. 60 bloody episodes worth of just, I don't want to call it trash before I just trigger the whole anime community. I don't want to call it trash. It's just so meh. I just don't like the Chimera Ant arc as well. and a lot of characters piss me off in Hunter x Hunter. Again, I'll expand on my points later because this is just the summary of the pros and cons, isn't it? Cons of Yu Yu Hakusho, to be honest, there's not a lot. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say Yu Yu Hakusho is a perfect anime. It's my favorite anime of all time. It's actually like it's in my top 10, but it's like 9 or 10 actually. So it's not my favorite anime. So before you're thinking I'm completely biased towards Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm not. But there's honestly not too many cons. The only problem is just my subjectivity at the end of the day. That we didn't see enough Kurobara in the freaking last arc, but that's the only con I can think of. But again, that's my own opinion. Like obviously Kurobara is a human, and to be honest, would he have stood a chance against the demons like Ryzen, Mukuro, the blind guy Omi? I think that was his name. Yeah. No, I don't think he would have stood a chance. I don't like saying Kurobara is weak because he is my favorite character in the series, but like he is the weakest out of Team Urameshi, and yeah, he would have not stood much of a chance. But I did want to see him there, and I do feel like Yu Yu Hakusho and the end of Yu Yu Hakusho, it could have gone on to like the maybe last arc of the manga, because I think the manga did end on Urameshi, Team Urameshi, fighting in the second Makai tournament. So obviously they were there, everyone was there. So yeah, I would have liked to see that animated, but like the ending, it just ended abruptly in my opinion. But yeah, that's all the cons for Yu Yu Hakusho that I can think of right now. So yeah, that's just a quick summary of everything, just to make sure you guys don't think I'm biased towards Yu Yu Hakusho, because I'm really not biased. I'm gonna try and stay as neutral as I can when talking about why I think Yu Yu Hakusho is better than Hunter x Hunter. So let's get on to the main points of this video. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy yet again. Now, the first thing I wanted to talk about when comparing Yu Yu Hakusho to Hunter x Hunter, and what Yu Yu Hakusho does better than Hunter x Hunter at, is the characters. I do believe Yu Yu Hakusho has a better roster of characters than Hunter x Hunter. In Yu Yu Hakusho, I don't hate anyone. Like, there's no hated characters that I really hate with a passion in Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, sticking to the main characters, you got Yusuke, Kurama, Hiei, and Kurobara, Team Urameshi, obviously. I don't hate any of them. And as you can see, Yoshihiro Togashi is the guy that made both of these. You can see a lot of similarities in Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho. Like Gon's team, there's 4 people. Yusuke's team, there's 4 people. They're quite similar, and obviously, but there's expanding on my point that I hate no character in Yu Yu Hakusho. They don't do anything to make me hate them, and you shouldn't really be hating characters in an anime, or they're doing something wrong with the characters. Like, I would understand if you like hate a really good developed character because like a villain. Like, who's a person that people really hate? Like, I know some people that hate Frieza. I know that's not the best example, I could have thought of any better examples than Frieza, but there are characters out there that are hated, but they're hated for good reason, because of their character, how evil they are for something. Most of this probably applies to villains in certain types of anime, but sorry I couldn't come up with a better, example. But yeah, I don't hate any character in Yu Yu Hakusho. Kurobara is my favorite character. Everyone is cool in Yu Yu Hakusho. Even the side characters. The side characters in Yu Yu Hakusho are done right. They are not useless characters. Everyone in the show does something useful. Whether it's them fighting Team Urameshi to kind of make them stronger, like Yusuke and Jin. Jin also being one of my favorite characters in Yu Yu Hakusho. That guy does not get enough credit, man. He's actually cool. Excuse me, just had to pause there. But yeah, all the side characters achieve something. Whereas in Hunter x Hunter, I hate a couple of characters, and the side supporting characters, I feel, in my opinion, this is my opinion, just achieve nothing. But yeah, let's just start with obviously the main characters, because those are the most important characters in the series. But yeah, if we look at Gon's team, we got Gon, Killua, Leorio, and Kurapika. Out of those 4, I want you guys to guess who I hate. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you probably would have not guessed from me just saying that, but I don't like Kurapika. Honestly, I hate his character so much. There's just a lack of effort with him. Honestly, I don't like. He just doesn't feel like a good character in my opinion. Now, I'm obviously gonna have to expand on these points, obviously, but yeah, long time ago, there were these fools on the internet who believed Naruto ripped off Hunter x Hunter and tried to actually explain their retarded points, excuse my language. And yeah, they said Sasuke ripped off Kurapika's red eyes, and obviously the similarities. Everyone takes inspiration from somewhere. That doesn't mean Naruto ripped off Hunter x Hunter in the slightest. Now, I'm not going to use this argument as a basis to hate the character, because that would just be stupid. But what Kurapika does in the actual series doesn't make me like him either. Even with that argument, I don't like him. So, let's just compare Sasuke Uchiha to Kurapika. Okay, let's just do that first. So I'll start with Kurapika because I'm talking about Hunter x Hunter. So Kurapika, the guy from the clan, I don't even know, the red-eyed clan, I'm just going to call them that. I'm not sure if there's an actual name for it, but I'm assuming that's what they were called in the actual series. But the red-eyed clan, okay? So these guys have red eyes that are really, really valuable, and not much else going for them. No explanation into like his family or anything. Like you can't relate. And then, let me just finish this. So the Phantom Troop, obviously, these guys hunt the Red Eyed Clan members and kill them and take their eyes. So that's why Kurapika hates them so much and wants to dispose of them. And he's already done that with Uvogin and Pukanoda's dead as well. Didn't kill her, but yeah, he did kill Uvogin because of for his clan. Now Sasuke, Sasuke watched his own brother kill his entire clan, his family, his kinsmen, his cousins. Not every Uchiha is related. We know that Sasuke and Itachi aren't related to Shisui by blood, but they're probably like cousins and kinsmen and that. But yeah, Sasuke watched his own brother kill his entire clan. Now, please tell me the development differences between Kurapika's lore and Sasuke's lore. There's a huge, huge difference, man. Kurapika has no development to his character whatsoever. I don't feel a shred of sympathy for the guy because there's just no development on his lore for people to actually feel sorry for him that the Phantom Troop actually kills his clan just for his eyes because there's no bonds with his clan. Like he doesn't have a special person that like he mentions that, oh yeah, I had a brother or my mum or something, but they were killed. I had a really good bond. It's literally as linear as it gets. They kill my clan, so I must kill them. And then you try and compare that to Sasuke Uchiha, the guy that has such a good backstory to him and like drives him so well. That's why Sasuke is such a good character in my opinion, because his lore just makes him such a good character. His brother kills the entire clan. He has reason to actually hunt the person he's supposed to hunt. Kurapika has nothing going for him. Such a one-dimensional character, man. Not only that argument is going to make me hate Kurapika, but what he does in the actual series, there's just no reason for him to do it. In the arc when they were in York New City, the guy was avoiding people, from what I remember. He didn't want to meet up with Gon until they were actually making contact with the Phantom Troop, and he didn't want his friends to be in danger. Gon didn't want him to become a murderer and whatnot. But yeah, we missed out a complete part where he just goes on a rampage, somehow gets the strength to beat Uvogin, and yeah, inconsistency there. Like if I remember the hunting arc, yeah, the guy wasn't that strong. Like honestly, he wasn't that strong. Like Gon is weak, yeah, Gon is not that strong. Well, Kurapika ain't that far above him. By the time the York New City arc comes, and this guy is somehow beating Uvogin without trying. Like he's beating him in mid to low difficulty, and I'm just like, where does the power spike come from? The last time they saw each other was at least less than a year. Less than a year time skip from the Hunting Zam arc to the York New City arc. And again, it's such inconsistency to his character. I just don't, there's no reason for me to like him at all. There's no redeeming quality to his character. So that's one character I hate. Now, the second character I wanted to talk about is our main hero, Gon. Like, Gon, I liked him at the beginning. Gon was a pretty calm guy. Like, he's your typical shonen guy. He wants to get stronger. He wants to meet up with his dad. Because there's how many characters whose dads have disappeared from their lives in the shonen anime? So many. But yeah, he wanted to meet up with his dad by becoming a hunter and becoming even stronger. Now, later on, we're going to speak about the dreaded arc, Chimera Ant arc, where he just really becomes such a bitch. in this arc. Like honestly, I don't know how anyone could actually like Gon after this arc. What fuels him is so stupid. Like this is a thing I'm seeing in Hunter x Hunter right now as I'm even making this video. Stupid things fuel the characters and then they become stupid themselves. Now, I'm gonna explain myself right now. If you guys remember at the beginning of the Chimera Ant arc in Hunter x Hunter 2011, so after Greed Island arc, Gon and Killua want to teleport to Jing, and obviously they teleport to Kite instead. Now, Gon obviously remembers who Kite is or something, and he remembers when he saved Kite, when Kite saved Gon at some point during his youth or something. That's all I can remember from the anime. It has been a while since I've watched it, but I've done my research. I'm not gonna go into this video blindsided and obviously get roasted in the comments because I'm not chatting the most shit. So obviously I've done research about what I'm talking about. So anyways, continuing on. So Gon remembers Kite, barely knows the guy, actually barely knows the guy. So later on into the show, Pitu comes and Pitu fucking smokes them. Gon and Killua have to retreat and Kite stays behind to fight Pitu. And Pitu kills him quite easily. So, now Pitu's ability, he allows dead corpses, or Pitu's not he or she, it allows corpses to stay alive, even though if they're dead. So obviously, the guy that Gon barely knew in his childhood and barely knew in his teenage years, because Gon's an adolescent, he gets so pissed off for some reason for barely knowing a guy. The only reason I can actually justify Gon getting pissed off at Pitu killing Kite is because Kite was a student of his dad's. That's the only driving force I can actually explain to the reason why Gon was so fueled by Kite's death that he wanted to kill Pitu so badly. If there was nothing else, Gon wouldn't even be that pissed. Now, again, Gon beats Pitu. I'm not even gonna call it plot armor at this point. No one remembers when he did the vow thing to achieve much more power than he could have already had. He was gonna get smoked if he didn't use the power. I'm not calling that plot armor, but he smoked Pitu because he tapped into this vow that we off-camera vow that we never saw him do, just because Kurapika did it against the Phantom Troop. Now you can see why I don't like Gon in the Chimera Ant arc. The Chimera Ant arc ruins everything, man. I used to like Gon. Now I don't like him. It's not as bad as Kurapika, the guy is just a bitch. But Gon, I don't respect him anymore as a character, honestly. You can't be telling me a character's that weak-willed to be so pissed off about someone dying when they barely knew them. Like, that's not good writing, in my opinion. Like, you can't... Like, if I knew someone for a day, yeah, and, like, obviously they knew my dad, like, this will never happen in real life, but assuming that we're in the anime world, yeah, but the guy gets shot, yeah. I'm not going to cry and bawl out like I would if one of my actual family members died and go on a revenge spree to actually kill the guy. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. But Gon, because he's so fueled by his anger and we've seen him getting angry in the past, like Gon's anger actually fuels him to do anything. That's the only reason why he actually wins. He has to use his anger because he's not the strongest kid. Now, it's just poor writing in my opinion. It's just poor writing, and like I don't respect him after that. Like Killua told him to stop. Nope, Gon continued. Like it's just Kite, and he didn't even die. He got resurrected as a Chimera ant girl. Like he's not dead. He might be dead as a human, but his spirit still lives on. So he basically fought for nothing. Ah man, the Chimera ant arc pisses me off, man. Honestly, and it just made Gon an unlikable character, in my opinion. Next thing I wanted to talk about was the plot. Now, I'm not going Hunter x Hunter. The plot is everywhere at this point. We know in the synopsis, if you read any synopsis of Hunter x Hunter 2011, says that Gon wants to become a hunter to meet up with his dad, something along those lines. Now, we know at the end of Hunter x Hunter 2011, he climbs the tree and meets Jing. So, at the end of the day, he does actually complete his goal. But after 148 episodes, and like we can say that was development. Like Gon had gotten stronger. His character maybe hasn't developed, but his strength has. Hunter x Hunter lacks character development. I'll get onto that later because that's actually one of my categories for this video. Hunter x Hunter lacks character development, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the plot. Now, I do enjoy the Hunter exam arc. It probably is my favorite arc of the whole series, just because it gave me such a feeling similar to tuning exams, and I do like exam type arcs where characters have to test themselves, because we always see character trying their hardest, and I think that's all you could ask for in shonen anime. I do like that type of thing. But yeah, we have the plot. After that, Gon and Killua train. The four Team Gon separate. I'm just calling them Team Gon. Don't think they have an official name, but Team Gon. They separate. Gon and Killua train under Nen under Wing, and like the plot isn't as cookie cutter as you expect it to be. Like you just get random stuff placed everywhere. Like we know the whole point of Hunter x Hunter is Gon meeting up with his dad. He's done that. Yeah, that's the end of the anime. Obviously, Dark Continent stuff that's in the manga. I don't know what's going on with that. Hunter x Hunter is on a hiatus. I don't know. I don't know about Dark Continent, but I just feel like the plot was just everywhere. To be honest, like we do know that Gon had to become a hunter. Hunter exam arc had to happen, or else the story wouldn't progress. But obviously, if Gon wanted to become strong enough to actually travel the world and follow Jing, then obviously he had to learn Nen. He did learn Nen because Hisoka fucking scared the shit out of him because his Nen was too strong. So obviously Gon and Killua had to learn what Nen was, and yeah, that was a vital part to the show, which I do believe those two Tower of Heaven. No, I don't think it's called Tower of Heaven. I think of Fairy Tail is the fighting tower and the Hunter exam arc. Those are the necessary arcs. Everything after that is just placed. So Greed Island's an exception. I'll exclude Greed Island, but everything else is just everywhere at this point. Like I know Trimmer Antark leads on from Greed Island that they do teleport and all the events happening from there is happening again. But again, the York New City arc, probably the second worst arc in the series. It was just the plan was to meet there, but it doesn't contribute to anything. Like the York New City arc was literally the Kurapika arc being a bitch and trying to kill all of the Phantom Troop arc. That's what it truly was. Like it doesn't contribute to Gon actually meeting up with Jing, which the synopsis actually says. I'm not gonna say the synopsis tricked me and I was misled because that's stupid of me to say that. But I at least there should every arc should at least contribute to what the main goal in Hunter x Hunter is, which is Gon meeting his dad. What does York New City accomplish apart from the fact that we meet more useless side characters like the Phantom Troop who don't really do anything apart from the fact trying to mess around with Gon and Killua, trying to find out who Kurapika is because they killed Uvogin. The chain man, yeah, the freaking chain man who somehow got the power boost from who knows where just because he learned a bit about Nen. He used his contract and then, yep. Yeah, something else about the contract, the plot. I don't know if the contract comes under, but the contract is so much plot armor. Just because you set a contract just automatically makes you stronger. And in the amount of time, less than a year, he somehow gets to be a experienced Nen user like Uvogin and easily beat him with low to mid difficulty. I don't get that plot inconsistency. But anyways, let's just speak about what Yu Yu Hakusho does better in plot. Now, Yusuke dies and is resurrected as a spirit detective by Koenma or King Enma, whatever you want to call him. I watched dub first. I'm used to dub. But anyways, yeah, Yusuke is revived. He becomes a spirit detective, defends the world with his friends. I'm not going to say it's a simple plot, but it doesn't have as much inconsistencies as Hunter x Hunter does. You're defending the world, he fights the four beasts. After that, Dark Tournament comes, Toguro comes in, all of that stuff. That leads on to the chapter Black, and then that leads on to four easy straight arcs to understand. But no, Hunter x Hunter has to complicate everything with the huge inconsistencies and the arcs like the York New City arc that doesn't accomplish anything to the main plot. Now, the last arc contributed to the main plot because obviously Yusuke is the descendant of Ryzen and he has to, he's chosen by Ryzen to fight to become the next Demon King. Now, yes, that contributes to the plot because we do find out later on in Chapter Black that Yusuke is a descendant of Ryzen. He's not human because he's too strong to be a human. He's not human. Okay, I've already made that quite aware, especially if you watch the anime. I've made that quite aware that Yusuke Urameshi is not human. Okay, I'm just trying to think about what I'm trying to say next. But yeah, the plot in Yu Yu Hakusho is always on point. We always know what's going on. It's always for something. And at the end of the day, it's my opinion. If you disagree, if you don't, if you're just thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about? Like, I will explain in the comments if you guys don't understand my points in a more similar way. But this is a video. I'll first give this video a chance. Watch it. Okay. Like, plot is probably my weakest point on why Yu Yu Hakusho is better than HunterxHunter, but I just feel like the plot is everywhere in HunterxHunter. The arcs aren't annoying in Yu Yu Hakusho, like Chimera Ant arc and York New City, which are just really meh arcs in my opinion. Speaking of Chimera Ant arc, I'm gonna have to go on a rant about this now. I'm just gonna have to go on a quick rant about this before I go on to the character development, and that'll be the end of the video. Happy days for the HunterxHunter fanboys that have to sit through my voice talking shit about their favorite anime, because that's how my like to dislike ratio is going to go from 0 to 100 real quick. But anyways, the Chimera Ant arc, as I've already stated in this video, is my least favorite arc of HunterxHunter 2011. I probably would have liked HunterxHunter better if I watched 1999 first, because that's exempt from the freaking 1999 show, because that's actually not following the manga. They're doing a Full Metal Alchemist, a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but Brotherhood's actually better than original Full Metal Alchemist. While 2011 HunterxHunter and 1999 HunterxHunter is widely debated, but in the community, not widely debated, but I do know people that prefer the old one over the new one. But anyways, back to my point about the Chimera Ant arc before I digress. This arc sucks. Excuse me. This arc sucks. Okay, I'm giving you good reason to why I don't like this arc. Merriam's probably one of the greatest characters in HunterxHunter. Such a complex character, and in the amount of time, 60 episodes, when he wasn't even in all 60 episodes of the Chimera Ant arc, I would at least say 40 plus episodes that he was in, because at least he was born in the early episodes, like the first quarter of the Chimera Ant arc at least. I'm just guessing, I don't remember. But anyways, he was at least in 40 plus episodes, and his character development is better than the main characters. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But anyways, Merriam is one of the saving points about the arc. And guess what? He gets killed. Of course he gets killed, because he's evil and he's trying to kill humans. Yes, of course. He had to die, because he was a villain. But here, like, I'm not sure if it's just me having failed expectations for the Chimera Ant arc, but I thought that Gon, the main character, would be able to fight against the main villain. That's just typical shonen, and I understand if shonen wants to go away from the standards of shonen, like main character fighting main villain, yeah, big battle. Like, I can understand if you want to digress away from that standard, because it wasn't Gon that did Merriam in. Gon actually did one of his royal guards in, who wasn't even as strong as Merriam. Merriam fucking would blitz the royal guards without even trying. But again, it was Netero who fought Merriam and actually lost pretty badly. Low to mid difficulty, Merriam beat him. Okay, more mid difficulty than low, but anyways, that's my opinion. And then he used the rose thing, which killed Merriam because of freaking plot armor working out well. But anyways, so Merriam gets killed, and then, I've already said why Gon ruins the Chimera Ant arc, because he's just fueled by absolutely nothing at the end of the day. Another good thing about Chimera Ant arc, Kurapika was absent, so, that's always a plus, isn't it? I did like the new additions to the roster. I feel like out of the side characters, Knuckle and the other guy, I forgot his name, even the Smoke guy and Nov and all the other guys, they actually achieved something. They actually were helpful side characters, and I actually feel like they did something. Then you had the Phantom Troop, man. The one time these Donnies actually do something useful for the main characters, clearing off the other Chimera Ant arcs that, like, went to other parts of the world or something. I don't remember that clearly, but I do remember Phaeton defeating that Scorpion one pretty badly, and that was a badass moment in the arc, I won't lie. And even other side characters that actually felt really useful, like the chameleon dude that could go invisible by holding his breath, and Icalgo, the octopus dude, the squid dude, whatever you want to call him, the octopus that looks like he could come from the Shantae series games. But yeah, I'm gonna give the Chimera arc some credit there, but the cons outweigh the pros pretty badly. Like, Gon fighting for no really good reason, and Merriam dying, and yeah, That's all I have to say about plot. I actually want to move on to character development because I have really good arguments to talk about here. Now on to the character development, the last category of this video. So character development, Yu Yu Hakusho. There's a lot of character development in Hunter x Hunter. It's lacking. It's lacking. Now I'm going to talk about Yu Yu Hakusho first because I feel like I've been talking about negatives for quite a bit too long. I want to be a bit more positive in this video. Again, no bias, no bias. I'm just saying there's more positives in Yu Yu Hakusho than negatives. Okay. So character development. The most evident example of amazing character development comes from Yusuke and Kurobara. Obviously, these two delinquents who probably don't have the best lives. More referring to Yusuke here, whose dad left him at quite a young age, and he's only 14 at the beginning of the series, and he's already living his mum single, ready, being the toughest kid in the town, pretty bad at school, not the best grades. Yeah, his life ain't good. His life's quite shit. Now, I could even say in episode 1 that we could see his character development developing quite a bit. We already get from the synopsis that he's a delinquent. You can come into the show with quite a few expectations. Yusuke is a delinquent. He's your typical bad boy gangster dude. He doesn't care about anyone. He cares about himself and he cares about his strength. The one thing he knows that he can do in this world of his. Now, he saves a kid. Something a delinquent wouldn't do. Now, you could say what, how's that character development? That's just one good act that he's probably ever done in his entire life. But that does lead up to something. That does lead on to the events of the entire series and the character development that comes along with it. Okay? You can say that's the watershed moment, okay? Where he dies to save the kid. Now that starts the character development. However small that is still character development. Because why would the delinquent save a kid? Delinquents only care about themselves at the end of the day. Even if they have a gang, which Yusuke didn't and Kurobara did, Yusuke preferred to be on his own. He didn't really care for anyone else. But Kurobara, he was strong as well. He self-proclaimed second strongest in the junior school. But he likes power over he likes numbers for power. You know, having more people fight means an easier chance to win. Well, Yusuke preferred to work on his own. He only cared about himself. But why would he save the kid? That he could have, he died obviously, but why did he have to save a kid? He didn't have to. So don't say that's not character development, because that does begin something. Okay. Now we get to see even Kurobara's like middling character development even after Yusuke dies. He comes to his funeral and actually starts crying for him. Like, they're not friends at this point. They're not best friends. They are rivals. Okay. It's a Sonic and Shadow thing. It's a Tyson and Gray thing. No, Tyson and Kai. I said Gray. Natsu and Gray thing. Okay. You know, typical shonen rivals. Okay. He came to his own wake and cried. He came to Yusuke's wake and cried. Okay. Why would a delinquent be crying over his rival? He should be happy that he's number one. But no, we already saw Kurobara's character isn't as one-dimensional as just a dumb delinquent. Is a guy that actually has a set of morals, okay? The guy was like, why did you die, man? I wanted to face you and beat you to become number one. You'd have to go out this way, okay? He was angry and sad at the same time about that. No one-dimensional delinquent in anime or real life would actually care if their rival died. They'll just be happy that they get to be called number one. But Kurobara wanted it the right way. He wanted it by beating Yusuke and proving that he's stronger than Yusuke. Now that's character development right there. Just in the first bloody first episode, that's where the character development starts. Now let's speak about later down into the series, just overall summarizing Yusuke and Kurobara, because this is where the most character development comes in, because these are the two most important characters I believe in Yu Yu Hakusho. So at the end of Yu Yu Hakusho, Yusuke is a caring dude. He's a defender. He cares about his friends. He wants to protect the planet that he lives on, person he loves, and wants to protect his friends as well. And he has enough power to do so. He's no longer delinquent. He fixed his life around. He actually has He has people that can call his friends and people that can rely on. Compared to the beginning of the series, where he didn't care about anyone, only cared about himself, valued his power to be the most thing that he had in his life. Didn't care about his family. Didn't care about his dad. Okay. You can see the huge character development from there. Kurobara, the same applies as well. Kurobara went from a dumb delinquent to become the strongest human on Earth, strongest human fighter on Earth. Yes, he became the strongest fighter, and then he became smart, got his life turned around, no longer became a delinquent, and got into a good college and high school. How can you not? How can you be telling me that there's no character development there? There's a huge amount of character development in this show, and that's why I really love Yu Yu Hakusho, because all the characters really feel good. And even though I only mentioned two members of Urameshi, I could have talked about Kurama and Hiei, honestly. Hie's character development really changed as well, and Kurama as well. He realized how to balance himself between his Yoko form and his human form that he was born into, and he like just became from edgy guy to edgy guy caring about his friends. Okay, I gotta talk about all four of them to show you how much character development Yu Hakusho has in compared to Hunter x Hunter, which I'll talk about later. But there's one thing I did want to mention, guys. I did see some comparisons to Dragon Ball Z. If you think about it, you have Goku and Krillin and Yusuke and Kurobara, two best friends, both the same age. Goku and Yusuke both aren't human, while Krillin and Kurobara are the strongest humans in their verse. I just saw the similarities there, and just thought about how Krillin cares about his friends as much as Kurobara does, and always backs up the main character. And they Yusuke and Kurobara do squabble, but they are best friends, and they do care for each other, just like Goku and Krillin do. And did Yusuke not get a power up because Kurobara sacrificed herself against younger Toguro in that fight, and Yusuke got pissed off and he was crying as well. The same happened in freaking Dragon Ball Z when Krillin died like twice. One in Dragon Ball, like when he got killed by Tambourine, and when he got killed by Frieza. That's when Goku unlocked Super Saiyan. But before I digress and start talking about the similarities I see in other anime with Yu Yu Hakusho, because I will turn a bit biased. Character development Hunter x Hunter. I'm sorry, but there's none. Honestly. Now let's focus on the main characters, because to be honest, if the main characters struggle to have character development, the side characters, excluding Meruem, they'll be non-existent, man. At this point, it won't be there. It will be as quickly as Pluto becoming a freaking dwarf planet and losing its planet status. But anyways, let's talk about character development in Hunter x Hunter. So in Hunter x Hunter, Gon, I'll start with Gon. The guy hasn't really, like, he's gotten stronger, but that's not character development, man. Character development only isn't a character becoming physically stronger. Gon did become stronger from the beginning to the end. He was really weak at the beginning, like, you couldn't take him seriously. Compared to other shonen main characters at the beginning of their series, like, Gon is quite weak compared to them, but at the end, he started to prove himself as a pretty well-able fighter. Even after he lost his Nen, he should still be a decent fighter, I guess. But anyways, speaking in terms of his personality, Gon did not develop at all as a character, honestly. Like, he's just your happy-go-lucky kid who lets anger get the best of him, and lets anger fuel him to become stronger. And that's not always the best way to make a character, especially a main character. Have anger fuel them as a way to get stronger. You should be fueled by resolve and like determination. I'm not gonna say anger fuel Gon all the way through Hunter x Hunter, because I'll be lying. Because in the Tower arc, he was like, after he lost to Hisoka pretty badly. Even in the freaking Hunter exam arc, he did want to get stronger. His losses made him stronger. Okay, but in Chimera Ant arc, that just flew outside the window. He let anger consume him, and he let anger cloud his better judgment. And right now, can he use Nen? No, he can't. And will he ever get it back? No one knows. Okay? So, great character development there. I don't even want to talk about Kurapika, because this guy hasn't developed as a character. He's still on his one-dimensional vengeance towards the Phantom Troop until all of them are dead. Leorio, the only character, my favorite character out of the four group, and probably my favorite character in the series. As you can see, I like the weakest characters of the main groups. I don't like Korin Kurobara, the weakest character. I really hate saying that, but it's facts. And the taller guys, okay? Leorio hasn't done anything to piss me off. He's quite useful, honestly. And like, the only guy that feels like he has a realistic goal on their team, honestly. Like, Gon getting stronger, I'm not going to say that's not realistic, because he has gotten stronger, but like an actual proper goal. Leorio wants to become a doctor. He wants to become a doctor. Killua doesn't really have any goals. Like honestly, he's in the middle for me. Like he's not. I don't hate him as much as Kurapika, and I don't dislike him like Gon, but he's just there for me. I don't love him, but he doesn't really do anything to make him really like him a lot as a character. But Lurio having his own goal, being dedicated, that's what I like about him, and he's quite an underrated character to be honest. Even in the last arc, the election arc for the Hunter chairman thing, whatever it's called, uh, he proved himself able. He showed his Nen mastery and so much development for a character that barely got any screen time in the show, even though he's classed as a main character. And like I did really enjoy that about Leorio. But on more onto the point about how Hunter x Hunter lacks character development. Honestly, Meruem had more character development than Gon, Killua, and Kurapika combined. Like in such a short span, we realized Meruem was a complex being, and no one really understood him. And he was he had a lot of thoughts in his head. He was very thoughtful guy, not like thoughtful like sympathetic and empathetic thoughtful, but he did think about a lot of stuff. He did think about his purpose. He did think about life in general. He deeped life, and like that's just what made him such a solid character. And I don't think any of our main characters ever had this oomph that Meruem had in terms of character development over the 148 episodes of the freaking anime. But anyways, before I start losing my pizzazz in terms of my arguments, because I do feel like I will deteriorate soon and I'll just start chatting shit, I'm gonna end this off on a on a good note for the viewers today. Now, before I do end off this video, I do want to say again, Hunter x Hunter is not a bad anime. I do not hate Hunter x Hunter with a passion. Anime that I hate are Osama Game, Gundam, and Sword Art Online. Those are the anime I hate. I don't hate Hunter x Hunter, okay? I wanted you guys to... Like, I did give Hunter x Hunter a 6 out of 10, and that's the reason why I wanted to make this video in the first place. Why I gave Hunter x Hunter a 6 out of 10. But as I felt the idea come into my head, I did feel like a lot of my things, like why I gave it a 6 out of 10, came from comparing it to Togashi's earlier work, Yu Yu Hakusho. Even though I did watch Hunter x Hunter before Yu Yu Hakusho, I did realize there is quite a difference between both of their works, and there's a clear difference for me which one was better. I was just like, I feel like it would have been a better video if I made a video why Yu Yu Hakusho was better than Hunter x Hunter. I feel like I could have explained my points so much better in a video like this. But anyways, I don't hate Hunter x Hunter. I hope you guys can kind of see where I'm coming from with my points. I try to be as not as biased as possible. Hopefully I didn't come across as biased. I personally believe I'm not biased when I was making my points. But the like to dislike ratio, we'll see that if this video actually gains some traction, which hopefully I do, because I did work hard on this video, and I feel like it deserves to be seen, you know. Like, I want people to see controversial videos like this. I'm not making this because it's a controversial topic, or it's not as controversial as I'm making it out to seem, but like a video like this will like get a lot of opinions involved in terms of why people agree or disagree with me. Mostly agree, in my opinion, or disagree in the comment section. But yeah, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you can again see where I'm coming from with why I believe Yu Yu Hakusho is better than Hunter x Hunter, and hopefully Hunter x Hunter fanboys will actually see that the anime is not perfect and it does come with a few flaws that I've pointed out really well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next discussion type video.